Our next guest is a rock icon whose first release, Frampton Comes Alive, sold over 16 million copies. Please feel like we do and welcome Grammy winner, Mr. Peter Frampton. Wait a minute, you know, I've done this show since November 9th, and I've been a fan of yours my whole life, and
thank you.
I want to thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You know, it means a lot. It means a lot to me. So a lot of, very emotional, a lot of people are booked by their publicists and managers and handlers. You, Peter Frampton, are the first guest on Lopez Tonight to be booked by his dog.
That's right. Well,
it's serious.
Rosie. That's Rosie.
Explain to everybody how this all came about.
Well, you have a very good friend that, through a friend of a friend, was Mary, yes, who was recommended to house sit and dog sit for us. And she said one day, you know, I think George would really, he's a big fan, he would really like to have you on, Peter, on the show. And so my wife called me up and said, hey, you know this? I said, yeah, like that'll happen. You know, it doesn't happen like that. So anyway, all of a sudden I'm getting an email saying that you've heard about this and you would like me to be on the show. So basically, usually you say you have to know someone in Hollywood, right? Now, I know you have to know the right dog. So.
Yeah, very good. That's right. So, this wasn't your first release.
Solo-wise, it was my fifth, yes.
And then you decided to do a live album, and it took off, right?
Yeah, well, I'd done one with a band called Humble Pie beforehand. And I decided to go solo just as that record was coming out, so I sort of missed out on the success being with that band. And I made, then I went solo and made 4 solo records. And by the time we released the 4th one, we went out on tour, and just the audience pitch was the same. It felt the same as when Humble Pie was just about to hit, you know. So I said, well, why don't we do everyone in the camp said, it's time for a live record. Let's do the same thing, see if it works. And it sort of worked. Yes.
It was the biggest album of all time until what surpassed it?
Oh, I don't know which was the first. It's probably Michael Jackson surpassed it, I think. Yeah. So, but
good company, a couple white dudes.
Yeah.
But you've been a professional musician since you were 13. I have some pictures. Do you know how old you are in this picture?
I think I'm about 9. That was my first good electric guitar.
You got a little Justin Bieber way back then. You got a little Bieber haircut.
No, that's my mother's bowl cut.
And then your mom cut your hair?
Yeah.
Here you are with your first band. Check this picture out.
That's me in the middle, if you didn't know. But that's, I was copying the Shadows lead guitarist, Hank Marvin, who was copying Buddy Holly. So I went to Woolworths and bought some horn-rimmed sunglasses and knocked the glass out so I looked like Buddy Holly. So.
Nice. Ah. So Jonah Hill was on the show, and he was talking about Get Him to the Greek, which is about out-of-control rock star who they're trying to get to perform a show. I know that has to be familiar to you as a rock icon.
Me?
Right, you've had, I'm sure. I mean,
I've had my crazy times, yes, I have to admit. And the funniest thing for me was, and Hartford, Connecticut, if you're out there, they will remember the people with it. I'm in front of 40,000 people playing the racetrack there, and it's the first time we've been out and played a nighttime show. We've been playing daytime shows, and you can see where the front of the stage is, right? Nighttime show, they didn't put the white line on the front. So I come out, hey, how's it going? And I go, right off the front. So I ended up like this on the crash barrier, and I managed to get, and everybody's going, oh, like that. So I managed to get one arm up to the stage, and then I get the other arm up, and then my manager or someone pulled me up. So I put my foot up, and I got the very tight satin pants. And when you wear tight pants, you don't have anything on underneath. So, well, I didn't. So, and then they pulled me up, and it went, oh! It split from front to back. So, on the way up, the audience went, oh.
One of the things that you are best known for is the talk box, right? You got a blues musician when you.
Well, I first heard Stevie Wonder use it, but the very first time I did it, I put it into a number called "Do You Feel Like I Do," and we did.
Do people ask you to talk to them using the box?
Some people have, yes, asked me to talk to them using...
So what we thought we would do is record an outgoing message. Will you do that? Record an outgoing message so that our viewers can use it for their voicemail. Also, we'll put it on the LopezTonight.com site.
Very good.
Are you ready? We're gonna. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
All right. Let's get this.
Just because you're... All right, I'm gonna...
Are you going to do it too?
Yeah.
All right.
All
right. Are you ready?
Peter, can you do it, but I'm just going to stand here so that the picture looks good between us. Can you read the prompter?
Yes.
Okay. Get ready, everybody. 1, 2, 3, Peter.
No one can answer the phone right now, so do like I do and leave your name and number after the beep.
Coming up next. Coming up next, Peter Frampton is going to perform, so stick around. Peter Frampton.